Welcome to Post Time. I'm Heather Vitale. On today's show, we'll feature several special races honoring people who have been a special influence in our Delaware harness racing community. And we'll wrap up the Harrington Raceway meet by telling you who was honored as leading trainer and driver, plus who was voted the horse of the meet. But first, we have got action to get to. For our show opener, I can promise you that finishes like this race don't get much better. This is right down to the last step action over the half-mile oval, with most of the horses in the field just a neck apart for the win. So without further ado, let's send it to the top of the Harrington Raceway grandstand to announcer Jack Gallagher for the call.
There goes I'm out the door, out for the lead. Rock and Roll Gold is there. First glance from the outside. Effingham moving up as they make their way into the first turn. Here comes Effingham up on the outside after the leader, and that leader, I'm out the door. They go to the back stretch. Effingham takes the lead. I'm out the door, back to second, away third, Rock and Roll Gold. First glance, fourth, racing up in fifth is A Fearsome Hanover, followed by Setting Sun at the end. Silver Fox, Jane, Bip, Bop, and Ellie away last. They go by the quarter. Effingham got to the front. Effingham's on top, a length and a half. I'm out the door, races in second, followed by Rock and Roll Gold. And then comes First Glance, who's there fourth, 28 and 2/5. They make their way around the turn, and a two-length leader is Effingham. Back to the second one, I'm out the door. Rock and Roll Gold got away third. First Glance is fourth. Another 2 lengths to A Fearsome Hanover. They make their way by the stands, coming toward the half. The leader is Effingham by a length and a half. Sitting in second now is I'm out the door. First Glance to the outside into third. Staying was Rock and Roll Gold, following his Setting Sun from fifth. Down inside six, A Fearsome Hanover. They went by the half, 57 and 4/5 around the turn, heading over toward the back stretch. Effingham maintains the lead. First Glance races outside of I'm out the door. Down toward the rail, that's Rock and Roll Gold. Alongside comes Setting Sun. They continue up the back stretch on the way toward three-quarters. Effingham maintains the lead as they approach three-quarters. First Glance races outside, waiting I'm out the door. Following out there in fourth is Setting Sun. Down toward the rail, Rock and Roll Gold. Down inside is Fearsome Hanover. Three-quarters, 126 and 3, coming toward the top of the stretch. First Glance just backed away. Turning for home, it's Effingham on top. I'm out the door, races in second. They straighten away. Effingham turns home with the lead by a length and a half. It's Effingham down the inside. I'm out the door. They come toward the wire. I'm out the door down, and on the far outside, a rush up on the outside, and down the rail was Fearsome Hanover.
What a race! Only a neck separated 5 horses at the wire, but it was A Fearsome Hanover, winning in 155 and 2 for owners David Ham and Rodney Long. The 5-year-old pacer is conditioned by Chuck Chrisman Jr. and driven by Cody Policino. Right there at the finish, in order through 5th place, we saw Setting Sun, Rock and Roll Gold, Effingham, and I'm out the door. Now, let me tell you about a couple of memorial races we had closing week at Harrington, including the Tom Kemp Memorial Pace, with a purse of $13,500.
Three-quarters, 126 and 1/5. They race midway on the final turn, coming over toward the top of the stretch. Sharkine, followed by Legal Jeopardy, who's just waiting, and they're at the top of the stretch. Sharkine has a 2-length lead, however. Got away a bit. They straighten away. Sharkine moves away. Legal Jeopardy giving chase in second. Down the inside, Hugs and Kisses coming toward the wire. Sharkine did it and did it easy. Then it's going to be Legal Jeopardy, Hugs and Kisses, and St. Lad's Bayou fourth in 154 and 2.
Sharkine goes from gate to wire for owner-trainer Chris Cicluna. The 6-year-old New Zealand native had Montreal Teague in the driver's seat for this 154 and 2 win. This event was raced in memory of Tom Kemp, who passed away last year at the age of 91. The United States Army veteran had a true passion for standard-bred racing and loved visiting the stables every day. His smiling face will definitely be missed in the sport. Harrington also hosted a special trot named in honor of Jaybird Tarmon, and this memorial race had a purse of $20,000.
Three-quarters, 125 and 4/5 into the turn. Oh Boy races up on the outside now to get the lead. A live cover for Not For Money, who's up into second. They're at the top of the stretch now, turning home. And it's Oh Boy with the lead, and not giving up at the rail is Man Atlas. They straighten away. Oh Boy, Man Atlas outside, Not For Money, coming through the stretch. Oh Boy's got the lead. They come toward the wire. Oh Boy needs the wire. Here comes 50 Ways. Here's the wire. Oh Boy.
Oh Boy, owned by Mulligan Stables and Calcutta Stable, makes a first-up effort to win by a neck in 156. The 4-year-old trotter had driver Alan Davis at the controls for conditioner Jason Johnson. Last week, the trotter won a race in honor of Delaware's Secretary of Agriculture, Michael Scoose. And this time, we see Oh Boy taking home the blanket for the Jaybird Tarmon Memorial. Jaybird owned, bred, trained, and raced harness horses for many years. He was a true sportsman who absolutely loved harness racing. Anyone who knew him would tell you that he was one of a kind. As I mentioned earlier on today's show, we'll be wrapping up the 2023 season from Harrington Raceway. So this is probably a good time to let you know that this week there is no live harness racing in Delaware. However, Bally's Dover will begin live action on Monday, October 30th, with a first race post time of 4:30 p.m. So that means that next week on Post Time, we'll be getting psyched up for the new 2023-2024 Bally's Dover meet as we kick off excitement from the 5/8 mile oval. But if you want more information now, you can just go to bally'sdover.com. Again, that show is still a week away, and we've got so much more to cover in the next half hour as we recap the most recent meet at Harrington Raceway. So keep it right here for more Post Time. Welcome back to Post Time. I'm Heather Vitale. We are honoring those who took home top awards during the 2023 Harrington Raceway season. And now it is time to congratulate that four-legged standard-bred superstar who was voted Horse of the Meet. It was It's Rock and Roll, who had 11 starts during the 2023 season with 8 wins and 2 seconds for trainer Don Brittingham. The 8-year-old native of Australia, owned by Betty Brittingham and her son Brett Brittingham, bankrolled $125,000 during the meet. Congratulations again to It's Rock and Roll on being voted the 2023 Harrington Raceway United States Harness Writers Association Delaware Valley Chapter's Horse of the Meet. Let's take a look at It's Rock and Roll in his final win at the meet in the $50,000 Bobby QUILLEN Memorial for Open Pacers.
There goes Mac out for the lead, far outside Major Bets toward the rail. It's Rock and Roll. They make the way into the first turn. It's Rock and Roll with Mac right alongside. Down toward the rail, that's Stag Party in third, caught outside Major Bets. Then comes Lions Music, moving on up and trailing up the back stretch are Virgo, Declan Silser, after leaving, going back to last is Major Bets. They make their way by the opening quarter. It's Rock and Roll and Mac are 1-2. Another 2.5 lengths to Stag Party in third. Quarter time, 27 seconds. As they make their way around the turn, coming toward the top of the stretch the first time. It's Rock and Roll, a length and a half lead over Mac. Stag Party came away third, racing in fourth. That's Lions Music in front of moving on up. Then comes Virgo. Those trailers are Declan Silser, followed by Major Bets. They make their way by the stands now on their way toward the half. It's Rock and Roll by a little bit more than a length. Sitting in second is Mac. Racing third, that's Stag Party up on the outside. Here comes moving on up, followed by Virgo. Then it's Lions Music. Out comes Declan Silster, followed by Major Bets. They went by the half in 56 3/5. They head over toward the back stretch. It's Rock and Roll, a little bit more than a length over Mac. On the outside, moving on up toward the rail, that's Stag Party. Alongside comes Virgo in fifth. They make their way midway up the back stretch on the way toward three quarters. It's Rock and Roll. The lead is about a length outside, moving on up toward the rail. That's Mac, second over to Virgo. Down at the rail, that's Stag Party in fifth. Outside sixth, is Declan. Seals for 3/4, 126. They make their way around the final turn, coming toward the top of the stretch. It's Rock and Roll. Moving on up, races on the outside toward the rail. Mac, a live trip out there for Virgo, swings 3 wide, and they're at the top of the stretch. It's Rock and Roll. Still on top. It's Rock and Roll by a length and a half, coming toward the wire. It's Rock and Roll's got the lead. It's Rock and Roll is in front. Then it's going to be Mac and maybe Stag Party third, type 154.
It's Rock and Roll goes from wire to wire to win the Bobby Quillen Memorial in 152-4 for owners Betty and Brett Brittingham. The 8-year-old Don Brittingham trainee was driven by Alan Davis. Finishing second was Mac, who was the 2022 Harrington Horse of the Meet, and third went to the classy pacer Stag Party. This race honors the memory of the longtime Delaware legislator who passed away in 2006. Bobby loved attending the horse races and always had the horseman's best interests at heart. He was a member of the Raceway and the Delaware State Fair Board of Directors. Let's check out a couple other recent $50,000 events at Harrington that celebrated wonderful people who have impacted our great standardbred sport. First, let's take a look at the Kathleen CAIN, a rich event showcasing our top local lady pacers.
They're off Tay immediately to the front. Shield Maiden gets away second, followed by Best Head West. That Southwind Minute got away fourth. Racing fifth is Misty Coast, followed by Legal Jeopardy. At the end are Michelle's Jazz and Divine Deo is away last as they race over toward the backstretch. Tay, a 2-lane leader. Shield Maiden got away second. Another 2.5 back. Best Head West third. A gap back. Southwind Minute fourth. Racing in fifth, Misty Coast, followed by Legal Jeopardy. At the end are Michelle's Jazz and Divine Deo. They make their way by the opening quarter in 27 2/5 into the far turn. Tay is on top. Shield Maiden got away second, racing third, Best Head West. 2 lanes back. Southwind Minute fourth and fifth is Misty Coast. Then it's Legal Jeopardy, Michelle's Jazz, and at the end that's Divine Deo. Field races toward the half, and Tay leads it by almost 2 lengths. Shield Maiden got away second, racing third, Best Head West. Still fourth is Southwind Minute. Coming to the outside now is Southwind Minute, followed by Misty Coast. Down inside Legal Jeopardy, followed by Michelle's Jazz and Divine Deo. They went by the half in 56 seconds. Around the turn once again toward the backstretch, Tay and Shield Maiden are 1-2. Best Head West has the rail third. Alongside comes Southwind Minute. Falling outside into fifth now is Misty Coast. Down toward the rail, Legal Jeopardy, followed by Divine Deo. They make their way toward 3/4. Tay maintains the advantage over Shield Maiden, 3/4 in 124 flat into the far turn. Tay and Shield Maiden, Southwind Minute on the outside, dropping back steadily, Best Head West. Coming alongside is Misty Coast. They come to the top of the stretch now, ready to turn for home. Tay comes off the turn, leading by a little bit more than length. Southwind Minute still outside and coming on. Down toward the rails, Shield Maiden gains. They come toward the wire, and Tay is trying to get there. Tay is in front. Then it's going to be Southwind Minute, Shield Maiden, and Misty Coast in 152-1.
Tay, owned, bred, and trained by Brenda Teague, set off all the teletimers en route to her 152-1 victory in the Kathleen CAIN. In the bike for this 8-year-old pacer was Tony Morgan. This race commemorates the faithful service of nearly 50 years by the longtime Raceway receptionist Kathleen CAIN. She's now retired and she is in her 90s and was there to congratulate the winner in Victory Lane. Mrs. CAIN loves horse racing and was loved by her peers during her long-standing tenure at Harrington Raceway. Also, a top field of trotters took to the Harrington Raceway half-mile oval and raced in memory of Alan Cook, featuring a $50,000 purse.
They're off. There goes Secret Jet out with that used alertness from the gate. Also moving out, Star Razor toward the inside. Man Atlas is there. Then comes 50 Ways, who got away fourth. Racing up in fifth, that old Barstool, followed by Not For Money, Navy Blue gets away last. They race over toward the back stretch. And off stride went Man Atlas. That'll give Star Razor a chance to move up on the outside. Back to second now is Secret Jet, 2 lanes to 50 Ways, followed by that old Barstool. Then comes Not For Money. Navy Blue, and off the course is Man Atlas, who's out of it. They make their way by the opening quarter, 28 3/5 into the far turn. Star Razor is on top, followed by Secret Jet. Another 2.5 lengths. 50 Ways got away third. Racing in fourth now is That Old Barstool. They're at the top of the stretch the first time, coming over toward the half. And Star Razor and Corey lead by a length and a half. Sitting in second, that's Secret Jet, followed by 50 Ways third. In fourth is That Old Barstool. Behind That Old Barstool, Not for Money. Then comes Navy Blue, and backtrotting and catching the pack, Man Atlas. They went by the half, 57 1/5 into that first turn once again. The leader by a length and a half is Star Razor. Secret Jet is there. 50 Ways still third. Here comes That Old Barstool to the outside from fourth. Following will be Not for Money. They race up the back stretch now on the way toward three-quarters. Star Razor a length and a half lead. Secret Jet is right there. That Old Barstool races on the outside of 50 Ways. Following is Not for Money. Trailers into that far turn. Navy Blue and down inside Man Atlas, who made the costly early break. Three-quarters, 126 1. And Star Razor's got a 2.5 length lead over Secret Jet. That Old Barstool races up on the outside. They're at the top of the stretch now. Star Razor comes off the turn, leading by 2.5 lengths. Star Razor, That Old Barstool trying to get by Secret Jet. Down the inside is 50 Ways. They come toward the wire. Star Razor trying to get there. Star Razor, here comes Not for Money. Star Razor.
Star Razor goes from wire to wire in 155 2 for trainer Nick Callahan, who co-owns this 5-year-old with your Wallahan Racing Team and Greg Godbout. In the driver's seat was Corey Callahan, and these are the exact same connections who won the Cook Memorial last year with Ginger Tree Skyer. This special event was raced in honor of former long-standing race official Allan Cook, who was a friend to all and passed away in 2020. Allan was an owner, trainer, and driver in our sport, as well as an associate judge and presiding judge at Harrington Raceway and Bally's Dover. He also served on the board of directors for the Delaware State Fair. In addition to showing you those big races, we also wanted to give a big welcome back shout out to Jason Thompson. Jason, who has been a regular on the show with his fun and educational segments, was in a racing accident back in June. He suffered a compound fracture in his left arm where doctors put 2 rods and 17 screws in it. He broke every rib on his left side and had a partial tear of the PCL in his right knee. Whoa! But Jason returned to the bike in October and picked up a victory at Harrington Raceway with Chief Ringmaster.
Here comes Chief Ringmaster up on the outside now, and Chief Ringmaster from the outside is up after the lead coming through the stretch. Chief Ringmaster from the outside up to get the lead. Chief Ringmaster, you bake the cake. Down to the rails, Sunset Sail is third. Then it was Command to Market fourth and 158 4.
Way to go, Jason, and welcome back. We are so happy to see you returning to action and returning to Victory Lane. That was an exciting, jam-packed segment, so let's take a little breather. When we return, we'll honor the 2023 Harrington Raceway leading driver and leading trainer. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with more Post Time. Welcome back to the award-winning Post Time. And while we're talking about award-winning, let's see who won awards for being at the top of the standings at the recent Harrington Raceway 2023 meet. First, let's congratulate Allan Davis. Once again, Allan led the standings for leading driver at the Kent County Half Mile Oval. He ended the season with 128 wins, and this is the 4th straight time Davis has taken home the award for the top reinsman at a Harrington Raceway meet. Let's send it over to Assistant General Manager Matt Sparacino with an interview.
Your 4th straight driving title. How does it feel, Allan?
Just like the other ones. I mean, drive a lot of good horses, a lot for a lot of good trainers and owners, and I thank them for the opportunity.
You come from a strong harness racing family, of course. Your kids in the business, parents in the business, siblings in the business. Just talk about your dad, of course, a driving legend here locally. Still driving at age 79, won a race here last night. How does that make you feel?
I get a little worried when he's out there, but he knows what he's doing. It's just his age worries me more than anything. As far as anything else with him, it don't worry me. But, you know, the boys are doing good. Brendan just started getting into business, and it helps me win races.
You drove some really nice horses throughout the season. Any particulars that stand out? Obviously, It's Rock and Roll dominating the Opens. It's got to be one of the ones that's most memorable in your mind.
Oh, for sure. He's just a really nice horse to drive. I mean, he was the best horse here this meet, and he goes to Dover now, and we'll see how he does there.
Well, Allan, on behalf of all of us at Harrington Raceway, congratulations on your 4th straight driving title and continued success at Bally's Dover.
Thanks. Appreciate it, man.
Now it's time to give a big congrats to Joe Columbo, who took home the award for leading trainer during the 2023 Harrington season. Joe had 71 wins at the half-mile oval during the meet, and this is the 4th time he's earned top honors at the track. I got a chance to catch up with Joe about this recent award. First of all, Joe, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Why don't we do this first, and why don't you give out your thank yous? Because I know it's a team effort getting this leading trainer title again.
Yeah, you can't do it without your barn help. All the owners, Jordan, Tina, mainly, all the drivers. I had a bunch of different drivers this year. Pat Berry, Alan Davis won a few, Montrell, Ross, Victor Kirby, I think, Dave Conlon when we won his first race. I don't think I'm leaving anybody else out.
You are spreading the love.
Yeah,
You're giving
everybody got in the action.
I love it.
I got to thank my family, too, for backing me up. They deal with me being crazy all the time. So
it is a crazy schedule, though, and you've got little ones. How do you balance it all?
It's tough. Sometimes they're asleep when I leave in the morning, and then I come home, and they might be napping, and then when I get home, they might be sleeping. It sucks, but sometimes that's how it goes.
That's all right. That's all right. So, at some point in your life, things are going to slow down.
I hope so.
And then, I hope so. Okay, for those who don't know, you actually kind of came into the business a little bit later. Even though you grew up in harness racing, it seemed like you didn't really discover it, I don't know, until you were in your late teens or something? Yeah,
about when I got out of high school, that's when I really started to get into it. Like maybe going into my senior year of high school, because I know I kind of went to school half a day, so then I worked at the barn, and I, paddocked at night, and then got into training and got to driving, and then here we are today.
Okay, all right. Well, again, congratulations, and are you excited for Dover? It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready.
Gonna defend your title?
We'll try and go for another one.
All right. Well, again, congratulations, Joe, and thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and check out one of Joe Columbo's trainees in action. And it's number 2, He Refuses to Lose, who's the favorite in this event, as he competes in this field of all Delaware owned or bred pacers at Harrington Raceway. So let's throw it over to the voice of Delaware harness racing, Jack Gallagher, for the call.
They're off from the outside. Z's Dream leaves. So does Foxbury Mark toward the inside. Moffat Hanover. He Refuses to Lose is there at the rail. They make the way into the first turn. And Foxbury Mark up after the lead. Moffat Hanover's got the rail. Then it's He Refuses to Lose. Dislocator caught outside right now. Then comes I Wish I Was a Gigolo. Z's Dream looking for a spot in front of American Rock. Trailing up the backstretch is Moment to Shine. They make the way toward the opening quarter. And from the outside up to get the lead is Moffat Hanover. Quarter time, 28 seconds. They race into the turn. Moffat Hanover's got the lead. Here comes Dislocator now. And Dislocator has gone up on the outside after the lead. Moffat Hanover is back to second. Racing third is Foxbury Mark. They make the way by the stands now on the way toward the half. And Dislocator is on top by a length and a half. Moffat Hanover back to second. Foxbury Mark is racing in third. Coming to the outside now, He Refuses to Lose, followed by Z's Dream. Inside is I Wish I Was a Gigolo, followed by the trailers. American Rock and Moment to Shine. They went by the half in 56 3/5 around the turn, heading over toward the backstretch. Dislocator a length and a half. Moffat Hanover there. He refuses to lose. Races on the outside. Foxbury Mark has the rail. Down inside, Wish I Was a Gigolo alongside Z's Dream. Then comes American Rock and Moment to Shine. They make their way toward 3/4, and Dislocator's there. Getting closer now is He Refuses to Lose. 3/4 and 126-1 into the final turn. It's Dislocator. He Refuses to Lose coming up on the outside. Moffat Hanover's got the rail. 3 wide attempt from American Rock midway on the final turn, nearing the top of the stretch, and He Refuses to Lose on the outside has gone up and gotten a short lead as they straighten away. He Refuses to Lose. Dislocator is there on the far outside. That's American Rock. They come toward the wire. 3 across the track. He Refuses to Lose in front.
He Refuses to Lose makes a first over bid to win in 156-1 for owners George and Tina Dennis. The 6-year-old pacer had the driving services of Ross Wolfenden and is trained by Joe Columbo, who once again took home the leading trainer title here at the First State Half-Mile Harness Track, Harrington Raceway. Congratulations to all the connections. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and also during this awesome 2023 meet at Harrington Raceway. Now, before I go, let's go over that 411 on what's going on with First State Racing for this week. This week, there is no live harness racing in Delaware. However, Bally's Dover will begin live action on Monday, October 30th, with a first race post time of 4:30 p.m. So that means that next week on post time, we'll be getting psyched up for the new 2023-2024 Bally's Dover meet as we kick off excitement from the 5/8 mile oval. But if you want more information now, you can just go to bally'sdover.com. Thank you again for tuning in. Have a wonderful week and God bless.